In a particular survey of internet users, 3,694 respondents say that they use social networking sites, and 1,363 respondents say that they do not use social networking sites. What is the probability that a randomly selected person uses a social networking site? And does that result suggest that it is likely, with a probability of 0.5 or greater, for someone to use social networking sites? So first, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So to approximate a probability, we want to be able to conduct or observe a procedure and count the number of times that event A actually occurs. So based on these actual results, the probability of A is estimated as shown below. The number of times A occurs over the number of times the procedure was performed. For this specific problem, the formula can be written as shown below. The probability of using social media is equal to the number of respondents using social media divided by the total number of respondents. So we first need to find the total respondents. And by doing that, we need to add the following two numbers. So we have 3,694, and we want to add 1,363. So if we take those two numbers and then add them together, we get a total of 5,057. So that represents the total. In this case, the total respondents. Okay. So what we want to be able to do is we want to find the probability that a randomly selected household has 4 or more cell phones in use. We're going to divide the number of respondents with 4 or more cell phones in use by the total number of respondents found in the previous step, rounding it to 3 decimal places. So that means we have the number of respondents using social media. Well, we know that that number is 3,694, and then we're going to divide that by the total number of 5,057. So let's go ahead and do that on our calculator. So if we take 3,694, divide that by 5,057, well, that gives us 0.73047. And then they want us to round this to 3 decimal places. So let's go ahead and put in our value. We have 0.7304. And we're rounding it to 3 decimal places, gives us 0.730. And so therefore we're going to say that the probability that a randomly selected person uses a social networking site is 0.730. Again, rounding it to 3 decimal places is needed. Now the next question says, is it likely for a respondent to use social media? Well, now we need to look at the second part where it says, does that result suggest that it is likely with the probability of 0.5 or greater? So when we take a look at this probability, we can see that 0.730 is greater than 0.5. And since it is greater than 0.5, then we would say yes, because the probability of a respondent using social media is greater than 0.5.